Wondered why certain ways of thinking feel so natural to you, why some things immediately stand out, why some questions seem to appear automatically in your mind, and why, when you look at the world, your perspective feels so obvious. Here is the thing. Two people can experience the exact same situation, they can hear the same conversation, see the same events, receive the same information, and yet they can walk away with completely different experiences. One person might immediately notice possibilities, another person might notice what is practical and realistic. Another might focus on the people involved, another might analyze the logic behind what happened. So the question is, if we all have the same 8 cognitive functions, why does one way of thinking feel more natural than the others? Why does one mental process feel like me? Welcome back to Your Life Code, the personality series, Foundations of Personality. In this series, we are exploring the hidden architecture behind personality. We are discovering that personality is not random. It is not simply a list of behaviors, and it is not just about being outgoing or quiet, emotional or logical. Personality is built from deeper patterns in the way we process information and make decisions. In the last few episodes, we discovered some important foundations. We learned that everyone uses the same 8 cognitive functions. We learned that these functions describe different ways of gathering information and making decisions. And we discovered that personality differences come from the order and priority we give these functions. But now we reach a much more personal question. If everyone has the same mental tools, why do we feel so different? The answer begins with the first function in your personality stack, your hero function. By the end of this episode, you will understand why one cognitive function feels more natural than the others, why it becomes your first lens of experience, why it often feels like just who I am, and how this first function becomes the foundation of your personality. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a camera. The world already exists. The camera simply captures the world through a lens, but the lens affects what becomes visible. It affects what stands out. It affects what the camera naturally focuses on. Cognitive functions work in a similar way. They are not different abilities that some people have and other people don't. Everyone has access to the same 8 cognitive functions. Everyone can think about patterns. Everyone can notice experiences. Everyone can consider values. Everyone can analyze information. But we do not all begin with the same lens. Every personality type has a preferred cognitive function, a function that naturally comes forward first. This is called the dominant function. And in other personality systems, we often refer to this as the hero function. In objective personality, we call this the savior function, one of 2 savior functions, but more on that later. Your hero function is the part of your mind that you naturally trust. It is the process that feels most like home. It is where you have the greatest confidence, and because it feels so natural, you often do not even notice you're using it. Think about wearing glasses. When you first put glasses on, you notice them, but wearing them for years, you stop thinking about them. You simply look through them. Your hero function works in a similar way. It becomes the lens through which you experience reality. It influences what information you naturally notice, what questions you automatically ask, what problems you want to solve, and what parts of life feel meaningful to you. Your hero function is the starting point of your personality. Now, this is where personality becomes fascinating. Your hero function is not simply something you are good at, though you could be. It is something your mind naturally prioritizes. It is the first place your attention tends to go. For example, someone with an observer hero function may naturally begin by gathering information. They might ask, what is happening? What patterns do I see? What facts are important? Someone with a decider hero function may naturally begin by evaluating meaning. They might ask, what matters here? How do people feel about this? What makes sense logically? The world is the same, but the first lens is different. Let's look at a specific example, the ENFJ personality type. The hero function of an ENFJ is extroverted feeling, or FE. FE is a decider function. It focuses on shared values, connection, and understanding what matters to people. For the ENFJ, this becomes their first lens of experience. When they enter a room, their mind may naturally begin noticing the people around them. How are they feeling? What is the emotional atmosphere? What does the group need? What values are important here? How can everyone move forward together? This does not mean ENFJs are the only people who care about others. Everyone can care about people. Everyone can value relationships. The difference is the starting point. For the ENFJ, FE is the first place their mind naturally goes. It is their hero. Now, compare that with another personality type. An INTJ, for example, has introverted intuition, or NI, as their hero function. NI is an observer function. It focuses on patterns, concepts, and where things are heading. So when an INTJ experiences the world, their first questions may look different. What is the underlying pattern? Where is the situation going? What is the bigger picture? What is the future outcome? Again, this does not mean INTJs are the only people who can understand patterns. Everyone can notice patterns. But NI is their first lens. It is the process their mind naturally trusts first. Now, there is something important to understand about the hero function. Your hero is both your greatest strength and the beginning of your blind spots. Why? Because the things that feel obvious to us often do not feel obvious to other people. A person who naturally sees patterns may wonder, how can people not see where this is heading? A person who naturally understands people may wonder, how can people ignore the impact this has on others? A person who naturally focuses on efficiency may wonder, how can people spend so much time on things that do not work? The hero function gives us confidence, but it can also make our perspective feel like the most natural perspective. This is why understanding personality is so valuable. It helps us recognize other people are not necessarily seeing the world incorrectly. They may simply be looking through a different lens. So why does one mental process feel like me? Because every personality type has a preferred starting point. Your hero function is your first lens of experience. It is the cognitive process you naturally trust. It is the way your mind begins interacting with reality. Everyone has the same 8 cognitive functions, but everyone has a different hero. And that hero becomes the foundation of personality. But this creates our next question. If the hero function is the first part of our personality, what comes next? What supports hero? What develops alongside it? And how does the rest of the personality stack begin forming? In the next episode, we discover the next layer of personality architecture, the parent function. Because your hero may lead the way, but it is not walking alone. Thanks for watching.